Yeah, guys, we had a full moon. We had a full moon just a few days ago, and it's sad that most of our people cannot even express such things in their own language. Uyabona? Inyanga ezeleyo, that's a full moon right there. Inyanga ephukile or inyanga ehlephukile, that's a waning moon, or we call it inyanga eliceba. And then a new moon, zinyanga ethwasileyo or edandalazileyo. All the such different phases of the moon, all the different phases, we understand them. Inyanga eseyiselwe, or inyanga ehlangene, or inyanga ezeleyo, that's a full moon right there. Or indilinga inyanga, that's a full moon. Inyanga esisigungu or egungubeleyo, that's a half moon. It's just interesting to me, the difficulty that our people face with expressing such ideas, about natural things like the moon, the sky, the stars. When people fall, knowledge systems like that are difficult to express in their languages. Yeah. Anyway, so making money is a question. The great house and the right hand house, the idea of the great house and the right hand house is that they are of equal standing, but there can only be one ruler. So the great house, the purpose is to run the affairs of the country, like a president, a king, sorry. Whereas the right hand house is more like an autonomous partner, that is bound to the great house. So the right hand house can still be independent. The right hand house can still run their own things by themselves, but they are still a lifetime partner. Nondlunkulu, are bound together like that. It's like kwaXhosa, kukho amaXhosa asekunene, we call them amangqika, amarharhabe. Then kube amaXhosa akundlunkulu, we call them amagcaleka. But there's no difference between these two people. They are from the same house, which is the house of Upalo. The house of Upalo. So it's very important. And then Iqhiba represents the nation. When we talk about Iqhiba sisizwe, because Iqhiba is the house of the king who passed away, the previous king. Now his house needs to be taken care of by a specific son of this current king. So the son who comes from Eqhibeni, the son whose mother is the wife of Eqhibeni, that son is going to take care of the nation, the old kingdom, basically, the old king's house, the old king's affairs. So, liqhiba elo. Amaqadi, the word iqadi also means isthembu, or the second one. Iqadi also means second wife. In fact, in the languages of some of the Khwe nations, they have the word khadi, which means isthembu, okanye owesibini. So iqadi means owesibini. That's what it means. The purpose of iqadi is to support the main house, is to support the right hand house. So iqadi exists as a supporting rafter. Like when we build our houses, we have a pillar known as umqadi. That pillar, all the roof rests on top of that pillar, emqadini. So even emtshatweni ke wasebukhosini, iqadi is the woman who will produce an heir if the wife, and I'm using this language very loosely doesn't produce an heir. So Iqadi is there to support. Now, it doesn't mean that kings only had 5 wives. Kings had over 50 wives. But the main houses are those 5 houses. Undlunkulu, or Ikhohlo, Ukunene, Amaqadi, Iqadi laseKhohlo, Iqadi lasekunene, and Iqhiba. Those are the 5 houses that are the most influential in the kingdom. Izindlu yasebukhosini. But yeah, today I wanted to touch on a couple of things. But I'm going to play something for you guys. Something very nice and short. I've been looking for this, so I finally found it now. I'm going to play it for you. People who respect the ways of our forefathers, who don't do things for social media, who don't do things for Mzansi Magic, yabo. You guys are gonna watch and see. Let's see. Let's remove this background here. I'll come back with it some other time. Okay, I'm gonna explain what he's saying, ne? When I'm in a trance, when I'm in the when I'm in etongweni, I can change myself into a kamiros, a star, and visit my friends in the sky. So what he's saying is that once he reaches a trance in the dancing, in Tlombeni, once he reaches a trance, he's able to experience a kind of shape-shifting and a kind of astral projection or out-of-body experience, so far as to go and visit his friends in the sky. I'm going to put it like this. In a trance, I can change myself into a star and visit my friends in the sky. When I come back, I drop into the ground and become a person again. Okay, this is a Gricha. Now, this is a Gricha, a shaman, a traditional high priest, an indigenous high priest. I want you to look at his appearance very closely. This is these are the oldest people on earth. Do you understand what I'm saying? Our people are the oldest human beings on earth. Everyone comes from these people. These are the oldest people on earth. They call them San today. Oh, Bushmen, you see? San, Bushmen. But it's many different nations. You've got the Chumkwe, you've got the Tsazi, my forefathers, Tsazi, Amamfeno Tsanzi. You've got the Ngu, you've got the Tram, you've got the Kane. A lot of Amampondo Misi, Nabatembu. They are children of Amakande. You've got the Kwaikwe. In Lesotho, they call them Barwa. And we're going to go through some of the words the so-called Barwa use. You've got the Chwawu, Amachawe. These are all the so-called Bushmen. This is it. If you want any point of reference to the most ancient group of humans, our Kengasi, Amangangi. Ngangi means first, it means before. Amangangi. Not in some colonial narrative of First Nation, what. No, not those stupid things. The real ancestors, it's this person right here. If you need to take a screenshot, take a screenshot. But this is the person that you must put as a reference. Let's continue. And tell me, when you look at this, don't you see your neighbor? Don't you see the uncle from the village? Don't you see that uncle who's always drunk there in the village in his face? This is AbaThwa. Not that nonsense from social media. His name is Tsitano Muburunyara. Tsitano Muburunyara. Tsaukwe. Uyawazi amazangwa namazangwe? Do you know about the Tsakwe people? Amazangwe? Yay, I'm asking. He says, I am a healer of the Tsaukwe people of AbaThwa. Tsaukwe, Zangwe. If you don't know about Zangwe, go and find out today. I told you about the Chwau, and we have them in the Eastern Cape. AbaChwau, AmeChwau, Odei, Namaqwago. Now this one, uthi no, I'm Tsaukwe. In the Eastern Cape, but I'm Zangwe. Same people. Tsaukwe, Zangwe, same people. Even amongst the Mampondo, akhona Zangwa, Ngutu. Ah! Ay. Listen to that. So he heals people using the dance. Obviously, the dance comes with song. Uyombela, wombele umuntu ogulayo. He sings for the sick. He dances for the sick. So when you hear this song, Mombele umuntu ogulayo, it's not just a trend. Look at that. They say the hair is to scrub the pots, eh? Is that what they say? They say the green eye. They say something about hair and green eyes, eh? Hair and green eyes. Now I see people I went to school with when I look here. This one looks exactly like someone I went to school with. Look at this, yeah? Look at those beautiful faces there. Green eyes. Hair that blows. Hey, let's continue. Yeah, this is very important now. I need you guys to listen. I grew up in the bush, né? And he grew up with his parents. This animal, its color scheme is called Ama. Its color scheme is called Ama, because it has a black and a white in its stomach. So the color pattern is called Ama. Interestingly, because its other name in isiXhosa and other related languages is Nkukama, which is Ama in Kwemana. It's literally the same name. Ama, Nkukama, black stomach or black white stomach. Ama. Ama is the stomach. It's like when we eat the insides, we call them unweme. Ngunweme, the black stomach, the black colored stomach. If you look at the stomach of this thing, there's a black shade here. Look at this. So it's called ama, the black stomach animal. Inkukama. Listen to this now. One night, while I slept, a white shape or a bright shape appeared and sat next to my head. So there's a bright shape, a white shape that came, sat next to his head in a dream. Because he said, one night while I slept, in a vision. It sang a song to me when I woke up the next morning. He's talking about the song now. He was singing and singing and singing. When he woke up the next day, his neck was twisted. He could not move his neck. So, so the person brought a song. Is a song, ilo or iculo. Could be a u, could be a. That song put him into a deep kum. So the I, which is a song, put him into a deep kum. Ukulala kum. Ubutongwe. Therefore the song hypnotized him into a tongweni. So in this vision, he received the song, and that song made him go into the state of itongo, the state of kum. And he felt pain. The song gave me powers. So he had this experience of a vision. And in this vision, he met this shape or form that came in the night or in his sleep. And this shape, because he saw this shape, he had a problem with his neck. Now, what happened after he had this problem with his neck, he needed someone who's going to help heal him. So when he saw that white shape, that bright shape that he saw, that was the beginning of his sickness. He was becoming sick at that moment. He was becoming sick at that moment. Our song, Iti Mombelele Numdo Kulayo, sing for the one who's sick. He was becoming sick when he saw that thing. That's why I don't understand people who think this thing of Ubungoma is some nice thing. No, it's a sickness. Ngokwasesintwini yingulo yesintu, we call it that, because you see things you are not meant to see as a human. Your human body is not strong. That's why you have to be healed. Uyonyangwa. So he says that entity, that bright entity came and sang for him. But as it sang for him, the song started giving him powers. The song gave him ability, and he could feel it. He could feel the powers that are entering him because of that song. But at the same time, he could not do anything when he woke up in the morning. He was sick. He was sick. We call that ukwelama. Ukwelama means to see. Ukwelama means to recognize. It means to see and to recognize. For us to see is something deep, guys. That's why when others, some of us greet, they say, Sawubona, I see you. The other one needs to say, Yebo. I see you. Yebo, Sawubona. So this man, Wabona, Welama, he saw something that is not meant for the human eye, because the human eye is limited. The human eye only sees the visible spectrum. But he saw something beyond the visible spectrum. And therefore, he became sick because he was not meant to see that. Welamile. Seeing for us goes deeper than just seeing. That's why even our siblings, we call them izalamani. Because ukwelama is to recognize at a deep level. Ukwelama is to see, to recognize, to acknowledge. So you who are born of the same womb, you acknowledge each other's presence. Nielamana. Hence is alaman. So this man saw, and in the next morning, a healer had to come and actually heal him. Literally. A healer had to come and actually heal him. So he was sick after he received that gift of healing his people. He could not use that gift until he is healed. Ebegula ngokwengulo yesintu. So yingulo. It's not something to boast about. It's a sickness. And our people used to be afraid of it like nobody's business. Because yishwangusha, yishologu. You think it's nice to see things, matters of the stars, matters of the universe. The human body is not built for those things. You think it's nice? Think it's a nice experience for the people who see these things? It's not a nice experience. If there's a war coming, you see this war. People's sicknesses are your burden. If you sit next to someone who has a problem, immediately you experience it. Immediately you experience it. So it's yingulo yesintu. It's not some cute thing. It's not some cute thing. So I thought I should share that that video, because I had been looking for it. I had been looking for that video. Yabo. It's very important to me that you guys see it. No, traditional healing is not some joke thing. It's a very, very scary thing. People are rightly scared of it. People are rightly scared of it. It's scary. It's not this thing of Mzansi magic that people act like it is. Today we're gonna discuss, guys, general things. I just wanted to share some things, but let me play some video. I'm gonna be playing videos. Let me play a video, and then we can just take it from there. Let me play a video there. So this mama here, I like her. She looks like my mother's friend. Mama Dlamini. We grew up, she used to come to the house. She looks exactly like this. So we're going to listen to what she's going to translate some words for us. And then I will try to explain most of them. Maru. Kutwa Nadia. Maru. Nadia. Nadia. Maru kamafu. Maru apula. Amafu mvula. Nadia. Another name for maru or amafu is Gwahu. Gwahu. Gwahu equals to amafu emvula, the rain clouds. So you find that people who are descendants of rain makers, they are called Gwahu people. Abantu baba Gwahu. They are descendants of rain makers. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Kotwana lady. Iqhang. Mwedi. Iqhang. Khang. Mwedi. Nyanga. Khang. Nyanga. Khang. Nyanga. I don't know if you guys can see, but Khang. Nyanga is the same word. It's like ukunqanqa nokunyanya in Tshivenda. It's like ukuncancisa nokwanyisa. It's like ncinci and nini or nene or nyinyi in Chivenda and related languages. For example, Bavenda say utata omncinci, inkosi ngunkosi mncinci. Utata omncinci or ubaba omncane abavenda bathi nkosi muncinci, khosi munene. So ncinci is nene kubo. Ncanca it's nyanya. So khang it's nyang or khanga nyanga. Khang nyang nyanga. Wana naledi inkwenkwezi. It's a diminutive. It's a diminutive of ilanga. Let's play and hear what she's saying. And it's very important that we also see that the hair is a pot scrub hair, as they say, cruise haar, and the eyes are not green. Ang litsatsi. Ang litsatsi. I don't know if you guys can notice. She said Kang ngwedi. Ang litsatsi. How do we say, what words do we use? We say it's litsatsi agiri lilanga. Ang ilanga. Kang inyanga. Same words. Because kang is similar to the Xhosa word igange. Kang. Igange lomlilo, which is the sun. It's literally the sun. A fireball. So the language she's speaking, uti kisisarwa, but it's actually kho. It's kho an. That's the language. The name of the language is it's a form of kho. So people like Batsweneng, Amamfene, you know, they would have spoken something like this back in the day, because in this area there's a group of people known as the Atsi people, Abantu bakwaTanzi, which is the people of the island, Abantu bempofu, Amamfene. Which means the soil. Which means the soil. In Eastern Cape, there's a place called Umcha. She says the soil. Umcha. Means soil. Means clay. Udongo. Umcha means full of clay. In fact, in Umcha, there's a place called Eludongweni. Literally, a translation of Umcha. Now, Kumcha is a river and a location at the same time. So, Kumcha means the river full of clay and soil. Whereas Kumbu now, it's Kumb. Kub. It's not Kum. It's not from Kum. Kumcha, two different words. Whereas Kumbu comes from Kub. So, Kub means, into dumbileyo. Kumbu means dumbu, basically. Something swollen. It's in reference to the grain, amazimba, adumbayo. It's swollen grain. It's basically a time of the year where the grains start to be swollen. Amazimba, abakumbu. I think in 1878 or 1876, there was a battle in the area. And at the time of the battle, the grain was swollen. Ayekumbu amazimba. I'm not sure what time of the year that is, but I'm thinking maybe February. But I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I'm 100% sure that amazimba kumbu or amazimba dumbu, it's definitely February, because we call the month of February the month of umdumba or umqumba. Ukudumba nokuqumba, same thing. So it's kub, that's the word. Whereas kumcha is kum plus the word cha. Yabo. So she says soil. Soil. Let's hear this one. Even this one, Kimusarwa. Kumtwalona, guys. I want you to notice these people. Light or dark skin. Look, notice. Kimusaro, this is a proper so-called bushman right here. Hey, he looks like my neighbor when I was growing up. This one. We had a neighbor there who was from the Amazangwa clan. Hey, he looks exactly like this. Looks exactly like this. You see, even Masaro, they support Kaizer Chiefs. I left soccer long ago. I realized that thing is gonna break your heart every time. I left soccer, guys. I used to favor Pirates. Hey, they used to chow Pirates so much. I gave up. Now I'll just go and watch guys beating each other. UFC. It's too much. Soccer. Soccer. It will cause you heart palpitations at a young age. These are the people who claim First Nation. They don't want to come and talk to these ones because these ones, agree, they speak Setswana, they speak our language is Sotho, normal languages, it's Xhosa, it's Zulu, etc. These ones are us. So when they greet, by the way, they say Gom. What do they say about us? No, they don't say anything about us because they are us. This man right here, he speaks Setswana. He literally speaks Setswana. So, do you get what I'm saying? There's no us or them. He speaks Setswana and he speaks Kho. This mama also speaks Setswana and she speaks Kho. So, the idea of us and them is not planted in them. For people to understand us and them, somebody has to go and plant it because it's not real. Do you get it? So those who speak about us and them, most of them, it's because it's already a planted thing. For example, I once came across no, these people, they don't understand the new polities. These ones, the specific group I'm showing you, they are basically Botswana, Basaro, they're from Botswana. So they're not really like South Africans who are influenced by political nonsense. Now, what happened in South Africa is that there are people who take advantage of small pockets of communities that are not under the cover of established polities like AmaXhosa. Because AmaXhosa, AmaZulu, Basotho are established polities. They're very strong polities. So hunter-gatherer communities that you would found amongst AmaXhosa were fully protected from such insinuations that are propagated by colonialists. So AbaThwa bangamaXhosa, don't say ngabaThwa bangamaXhosa, sithi ndim nawe yabo. So when we say what do they say about us, we are they. Sithi uthey. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like 300 years ago, we sing they, not. Now I get what you mean in terms of the modern day climate of people coming to plant seeds. Zokuthi, you see these ones, abafani nani. These ones, they don't speak like that. These are, you can be comfortable here. These are our people properly. I think Upopi visited these people actually sometime this year, maybe like January, I'm not sure, February or March. In fact, I have a friend whose mother is a Mutswana. His mother is a Musarwa, and then his father is a Mutswana. But it's just polities. I like how you put it. It's polities. These are political structures. They differ because some people keep cows, some people don't. Like these ones, they don't keep cows. They don't keep cattle. Some keep cattle, some don't. Some hunt and gather as the most primary way of life, some don't. And therefore, political structures differ because of that. So I know here they are very nice, Shem. Very, very nice. And obviously, they will have reservations against the government. Because you see, our governments as well, they are not safe from colonialism. Our governments have become the biggest perpetrators of colonialism, including the government of Botswana towards Basarwa. Towards Basarwa, yabo. Look at the wall behind her. Do you get it? So sometimes our governments are antagonistic towards communities that still live a primordial way of life. That antagonism creates a gap for the enemy to come and, plant seeds of division. Well, now the next thing you're gonna see, groups of Americans are gonna come to Botswana, build shelters around these people, give them books. 4 years later, the younger generation is growing up. Trust me, they will tell you, no, the Botswana must go back to Sudan. But that's why our governments need to be very strategic. Your people cannot feel, ostracized and marginalized, but you are there. You must try and find a way to bring your people closer to you. Otherwise, the enemy is going to come. Like a lion will look for the vulnerable one in a herd of animals. The lion will look for the vulnerable one and then go for that one. Our enemy is like that. Our enemy doesn't sleep. So it's very, very important for us to understand this. Let me see if there's another video for us to see. Okay, yeah. There's this one here. Ikwi is the chicken. Ikwi is the chicken. Nga pari is the what? Kipudi, goat. Anyone who can hear pari and pudi is the same thing. Nga pari, the small goat. AmaXhosa call the springbok, they call it what? Ibadi. It's literally the same word these guys are using. Nga badi. Let me play it again. Pari. Nga pari ki pudi. Pudi and pari mean the same thing. Imbuzi ne badi are the same word. In fact, if you take it in Kho, it's adi, which means the tiny one. Even in Mbuzi, it's uti, little tiny one. Why do they call Imbuzi and Ibadi tiny and Iputi? Mbuzi, Puti, Impunzi, Ibadi, it's the same word. It's just playing around the same word. Padi, Pudi. It's the same word, guys. It means small one. Nyamazana. That's what it means. Why? Because in the wild, there are bigger animals. There are medium animals. There are small animals. Imbuzi, the springbok, the duikers, they form small parts. They are the small game. Whereas you have imbabala, you have inkukama, you have impala. They are on the medium side. And then you've got the massive animals now, like your buffaloes, your rhinos, your elephants. Now, your giraffes, those ones also, the names tend to be the exact same thing. For example, elephant is called Owa or Owa. The giraffe is called Eya and Uya or Uya. If you look at the name Owa and Eya or Uya, it's all the same thing. It means to surpass, ukudlula. If you speak Silala, ukudluya. Indlulamithi, icowa or umceya in isiXhosa, it's the same word. Umceya, icowa. Owa or ceya and xowu for indlovu, which gives you xowu. All those words mean the same thing. Because ukudlova is to go through, like forcefully, to go through in a massive manner. Uyadlova. To be bigger than, to penetrate through. Ukudlula, similar meaning. So the names of these wild animals, sometimes you find that a wild animal has like 5 different names, because one name is from the category of size, the other name is from the category of color scheme, the other name is from the category of behavior. So in terms of size, big animals will tend to have similar names like the elephant and the giraffe. What's going to differentiate them is the other name that is based on color now. Now, this other name may be called isihlonipho. Same thing as the lion. The lion has many names. There's Ayama. Ayama. In the Kui languages, Ayama is what gives us Ingonyama or Ngwenyama. But also there's Kham and Kham, which gives us the Xhosa word Ingachama and Umkhokama, which is also a clan name amongst Amapond. So when he says Nga Padi Kipudi, he's literally telling you Padi is the core word for a goat, which is the Xhosa word for a springbok, Ibadi. Same thing. Look at the springbok and look at a goat. They are literally the same family. In fact, the name springbok means the jumping goat. In fact, in Kho, the word for a male goat is oho, oho, which means pongo. Same word. Let me play.
Ikwale kiduku ncha kai kaila.
Okay, you see this one, he has a bit of a dialectical way of speaking. Now, Inja is a kai or kaila. In some places it's a karis. You see, in some places it's a khanub. Which is interesting to me because we have anub and anbwa.
Mutu kiatana.
Mutu kiatana. One kiatana, which is plural for one, for two, which is a single person. Two is one person. Ta, it's many, or tana. Hence, when they say their language, they call it atan. Atan, which means the language of the people. Let's see the next one, if I have any. Let's see the next video. So she's gonna count from 1 to 10. 1, ekwe. 1, ekwe. Ingwe. Ngwe, kwe. Ngwe, kwe. Ngum. Ngum is 2, which in isiXhosa is ngam. Ngam means next to. Ihamba ngam, nam lento. It's walking next to me. Ngamalala, side by side. Ngamalala means side by side. So ngwe is 1, ngwe. Ngum is 2, ngam, ngamalala, or next to. Now 4 is kai, 3 is kai, 4 is kai kwe. Ngum is 5, Umtwe is 6, 7 is kwe. Now I want to talk about 7 because in isiXhosa, kwe in isiXhosa is khenke. Isikhenke is 7. In isiXhosa 8 is oko. Isimboko or isibhozo. Isibhoxo or isibhozo. Now ubhoxo is oko. Now the B that we use, the bilabial implosive sound. The B that we use, the soft B, like ba, to, ba. In truth, it's a click. It's the hissing sound. Baba. Just a softened version of it. When you say baba, it's different from saying baba, which is an explosive B. So the B, the original B, is a click. That's why when I say some names that we have, like Imbabala, Imbuzane, Imbuzi, Imbovane, all these little things, it's ooh. So oko is 8 in isiXhosa, mboko or bozo. The last one, which is 10. Ngum is what gives you shum or ishumi. When you click it, it's ngum. Kibasarwa batuba. Kho people. Khoka actually. Or the Ta people. Now, in this language, the singular word for a person is tu, which is the Sesotho and Setswana word mutu. The singular word in this language is tu, which is exactly the same word in Sesotho and Setswana, mutu. Now, and I don't know what people want. When the people of the language tell you exactly, I don't know what people want. But it comes from straight from the mouth of the people. But don't confuse us with your Western delusion. It's just that it doesn't serve some people's purposes. It doesn't serve some people's purposes. So they'd rather push the agenda. But remember, I told you the green eyes are not there and the soft hair is not there. It's the opposite of green eyes and the opposite of soft hair. That's all I have to say. Now let me go deep into the language now. Let me go deep into the language. Look at this word here. Look at this word here. Ow. Ow. What is ow? It's a pipe. It's a ow or gow or kho. Nti. Nik ang ow. Bring fire. Which means iza. Fire. We call a fire stick umcinga. Iza nomcinga. Iza nomcinga. Ning ang au. That I light the pipe. Ni is for person. Na or ngi. When you say ngi, yahamba, ngi means na. This N is NG actually. Ni, I will. Ning ka ngau. Ning ka ngau. Ka. Now I explained that ka means light. Like when someone has a shiny head or a bald head which is shiny, we call it nkai. So ning ka, I will shine or I will light ngau ingawa. So iza nomcinga. Dizo khaya ingawa. Bring me fire that I light the pipe. So this word "oh" is ingawa in isiXhosa. Ingawa. Oh, that's what it is. Villa. Ingawa comes from cow. No, it doesn't come from it. It's just the same word. I've become very careful of that language. That something comes from something else. Yabon. Now what I've started doing is I take things as they are. Because when we say it comes from we would then be saying that the Xhosa word is not valid. It must have come from somewhere else. No, Xhosa people are indigenous people. Both these words, Qau and Ingawa, are the same thing. They must have come from some original source. So I wouldn't say Ingawa comes from this word. What I will say is that Ingawa and this word are cognates. Yeah. Because people use these kind of things to perpetuate a lie that Xhosa borrowed clicks. No, Xhosa did not borrow clicks. Xhosa is a clicking language. It literally is a clicking language. Didn't borrow any bloody clicks. And then we have another word here, Qau as well. Qau. Now this one, it's a stone, it's a path, it's a mountain. Qau or Qau. Hangne ka. Qau. Hangne kan. Teko hangne ka. He heated a stone. He held the other down. He burned the other, which he told me it's its path. Anyway, Qau here for stone is different from Qau here for pipe. This is Qau for pipe in Ngawa. This is Qau for stone. Qau. It's a different tone. Ngawa, Qau. Ngawa, Qau. When do we use this word, Qau? We use it especially amongst Amampondo. They have a place called Iqauka, Qauka, which means full of stones. When a land is full of stones, we call it Iqauka. Qau meaning a stone. Ka just replacing the kha, which is full of, abundant of. So Qauka is a stony area or even a mountain. Sometimes we say Iqauka. Iqauka or Qauka. Both these words mean what? They mean stone. Literally. And then Qau is another one here. Earth, dust, ground. Same thing. Now there's an interesting thing. Qaung. There's an NG at the end. Qaung. There's an NG at the end. You see, in Queen, sometimes when you want to do something to something else, you add a suffix here, da, which is the reciprocal, not the reciprocal, the imperative suffix. It's the imperative suffix. Ukwenza, to do to something else. So, qaung, qaung, and then you add da or do. We call it qaunda. Qaunda. It's a stone that is used to make other stones. Iqandulo, basically. Qandulo. This is where the name of the place called Umqanduli comes from. It's a grinding stone. It's a stone that you use to make other stones. Iqandulo. I could derive many other words from this one already, you see. But let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to the next one. You see this S11E. This is an old language of the Transkei, so-called Transkei. This language here, S11E, is a language called Gane. It's a language called Gane. It was spoken by Amampondo Mise, Amampondo, abaThembu. In the Tsolo area, there's a river called Ngu River. Ingu. That river there, it's full of caves. It's full of caves. Those caves, the people there used to speak this language. Some of the last descendants who still remember that history were interviewed in the 70s. Umamuma Qhoqa, Umamuma Nqindi, and others. They were interviewed. They were rainmakers for the royal family of Mampondo Mise. They were rainmakers. Now, rainmakers, this is where you find the clan name Kwahu. These are the ancestors of the people like Fikile Mbalula, known as Amatolo Mtwakazi. What happened to them? No, they just stopped living in the caves. and became normal people. They like the rest of us. They were conquered like us. Agree, we were all once. Myself, my ancestors were cave dwellers. My ancestors themselves used to live in caves. Let me show you the cave of my forefathers. Thank you, Kungan. Thank you. I'll come back to this one here. I just want to show you the cave of one of my ancestors. As I'm looking for the cave, I'm gonna play a song here. I wanna play a song. I wanna play it actually. I wanna play this song. I'm gonna look for this cave quickly. Okay, I'm not sure why the song is not playing now. It's boring me. All right. Before I digress, I think I found the cave that one of my ancestors used to live in. Okay, I'm not sure what the hell this is now. Should be here. Yeah. So this is the cave actually. It's in Lesotho now. One of my forefathers used to live here in the 1600s, I think. In the 1600s. He used to live here. He had a wife from the Khoikhoi people. In the Lesotho books, they wrote the Murwa. But Rona, we don't call it Murwa. It's Khoikhoi. So he used to live here. This was his palace. Obviously, it was not like this. These are new houses, these ones here. These are new houses. It was a proper cave, man. Properly made. It was called Aidu on Khulu, Great House. But that's just one of the caves. There are many others. There are many other caves, let's see, like these ones in Lesotho. The Khoi people of a leader called Swai. There was a leader called Swai. Let me just search for that quickly. There was a leader of called Swai, a leader of an independent so-called Bushman. He used to also occupy some of these caves together with my forefathers. Yeah, I think I found an article that touches on this. I think I found it's written Swai and the last Bushmen occupants of his shelter, making history at Sihong Hong. So yeah, Swai was one of the leaders. He was one of the leaders in what became Lesotho. Before it was even called Lesotho, Swai and some of my ancestors, even Qenga, Mrena Murosi. These people used to work together very closely, man. Used to work together very closely. Qenga was Morosi's name, by the way. It was Morosi's name, which means Lord. It means Lord. It means rich man, which is similar to the king of Mampondomise, Qengeba. Someone was asking me, what did the Qanga people speak the language? Not really. This is Umamumaqoqa. This is Maqoqa, the descendant of the Qanga people of Kwatsolo. So this is Maqoqa. She was the last San descendant with any knowledge of San matters in the Tsolo region. When it said she was the last, it doesn't mean there are no other people abangaba as the rainmakers. It's to say she's the last who remembers. Yabo. She's the last one who remembers the knowledge. I don't think she spoke the language properly. She used normal Xhosa words. For example, for the tea, the so-called Bushman tea. Let me see the Xhosa name for it. Iqwaka. There's many types of Bushman teas, by the way. There's many types. There's Ingqina, which is like a type of wild mint. There's Ingqina, which is like a type of wild mint. You see, Iqwama, a nickname for a bushman. It's Qam. Qam. That's where that one comes from. I'm just looking for the T. Yeah, Iqwaka. So ukufukutha iqwaka is to chew the bushman tea, and then ingqiti. It's a bushman tradition, by the way, the cutting of the finger, which we still do, Tina. Anyway, so she uses words like that, like iqwaka for the bushman tea. I agree they try to ask her such questions. She just uses isiXhosa, which they're not happy with because they have a deep-seated belief that she must speak something else. I've been saying this thing. This nonsensical narrative that isiXhosa is not. It is a bushman language, guys. It is it. This is not a book, it's an article. It's written Southern Bushman Descendants in the Transkei. Rock Art and Rainmaking. Southern Bushman Descendants in the Transkei. Rock Art and Rainmaking. It's an article that was written back in the day. In 1990 by Prince, University of Transkei. Umtata Republic. But this is not just uMaqoqa. There's other descendants of AbaThwa. For example, this one, Umthwa wasemampondweni lo, uBidi. No, this is uBidi is the wife. This is him. I just forgot his name. He's a Umthwa lo emampondweni in Pondoland. These are the AbaThwa third generation, I think, or second generation emampondweni. The reason why we talk about them is because they had some knowledge. They had knowledge that they used to live in caves. So they were being interviewed just to share that knowledge. But there was an area here, an administrative area known as AbaThweni, meaning place of the sun in isiXhosa, in Tabankulu, in Transkei. AbaThweni. So there's a lot of places that have very clear evidence of the presence of abaThwa in these areas. Now, the thing is, these people used to remember who they are, like all of us. But the moment they succumbed to, how do I put it, to this modern way of life, like us, they forgot everything. It's so sad that our people don't even know the meaning of their surnames. Hi guys, so this is the language of these people. Qanqe. Gqi. Gqi. You see Gqi or Gqi? It means Bushman tea. In isiXhosa, it's igqina. Gqina. So-called Bushman tea. This is Qanqe, by the way, the name of the language. In Qanqe, when you say I, myself, when you say I, myself, you say ne, which you find in Siput, mine, nge, na, which is mna. All these words, they mean myself, I. For example, angeka, which means I am drinking. Ka is the root for kamisa, kamsa. In fact, in Kwemana, they even say khams. They say khams. They say the nose is the biggest differentiator between Niger, Congo, and Bushmen. Let me just show you something. Just to answer a question about nose and what. They may be onto something here. Look at this nose. You see this nose? I want these boys here. The pictures are so ugly. Oros. I just want the nose, nothing else. Look at that nose right there. Ne? Now I'm going to show you something. Just going to show you something quickly. You see that nose? You see that nose right there? So, yeah. That is the South African nose right there. But perhaps let me take it even deeper. Let me come close here. You see those noses there? See? That's our nose right there. Look at that nose. Look at that nose. So, yeah. But it's not just the nose, man. It's everything. The features, the bones. You see, there was that guy on Zone 14, man. That dangerous looking guy. These guys who like to act as gangsters, they look like this, most of them. Even the Tsotsi guy who passed away, may his soul rest in peace. He has a very strong, he looks exactly this way. So which Congo are these people talking about? Because I don't see it. It's just not there. Huh? Which Congo? Sledge. Yes, Sledge on zone 14. You see Sledge? You see that one? That's a proper South African look. It's a proper... But obviously, man, these people, yeah, you see? These dangerous looking people. See, these dangerous looking people, this one, yeah. Looking like a bushman here. Yeah, these guys look dangerous. You must don't take them for granted. Those ones, they have a proper South African look, proper South African. But now here's the thing, ne? This thing of debating about Congo and what it's so dumb because even Congo, man, there's a lot of abaThwa in Congo. In fact, in Angola, but needs abaThwa. A lot of abaThwa in Angola. They're called Kwadi people. They speak Kwadi. And there's a lot of people who have Congolese blood in South Africa, including white people. Including white people, a lot of colors have Congolese blood, and Angolan blood, and Cameroonian blood, and Nigerian blood, and Ghanaian blood. Perhaps it explains their obsession with that area, with that side of the world. Because in 1658, one ship arrived with slaves from Angola. Shortly after that, another ship arrived with slaves from Benin. Those slaves, where do you think they ended up? Agirimo slaves could work for their freedom and buy it back then. When they buy their freedom back, most of them, they ended up being farmers in the Western Cape, in places like Franschhoek, places like Constantia today. So those slaves ended up marrying into white societies, either producing colored children or joining into white society. So white people who come from settler families and colored people from the Cape Colony, both of them are the ones who actually have West African blood and Central West African blood. They literally are descendants of West Africans, white South Africans, and coloreds from the Cape Colony. So I think sometimes the obsession with West Africa is somewhat of a projection on their part, you see. It's somewhat of a projection on their part. Because you cannot tell me this thing. It just doesn't make any sense. They are projecting now. It's like they are hoping you don't find out the truth that they are actually West Africans. They are West Africans, these people. This is Kangwe. When you say yes in Kangwe, when you say yes in Kangwe, it's actually eya or ehe. Eya. Look at this. Eya. This is Kangwe, Baba. Look at this. Ehe, achamazulu. Ehe, napel. This is Kangwe. You say yes. You see? Very important that I point these things out. Anaba is to roast, ne? Anaba is to roast, ne? To put something in, to burn something. Let me show you another word. Anaba in isiXhosa. Na. Anaba in isiXhosa is to roast. Let's see what they say here. Ukucananaba is to bask in the sun. Aha, look at this, guys. Look at this. Ukuchanaba. Chanaba. Chanaba. What does chanaba mean in isiXhosa? It means to place over a fire or hot coals or in the sun. To roast, figuratively, to spread, expose in public. This is isiXhosa, chanaba. Let's go to Kangwe, which is an ancient Bushman language of the Eastern Cape. Let's go and hear what is in Kangwe. What is it in Kangwe? What is it? Chanaba, to roast. S11, SII2, SIIE. Chanaba, to roast. What is it in isiXhosa? Chanaba, to roast. So they must not tell me nonsense here. Now, we're not speaking about things that we read on Wikipedia. We're speaking about stuff that we know. Ukucanaba kukosa, yes. NgesiXhosa ukutyanaba. You see, I like people who know what they are talking about. Do you see how amaXhosa are able to hide the click in the word nje? Ukutyanaba, it's a way of hiding the click. They are hiding the click so that the thieves from Netherlands don't steal it, because they steal every bloody thing on this world. So we had to hide the clicks. That's why I laugh at people who think Setswana has no clicks, who think Sepedi has no clicks, who thinks Chivenda has no clicks. Those languages do have clicks. They are just hidden. You see a woman, look at this. Khati. Observer. Welcome. Look at this. Khati. It's a woman, a female. Khati or Khati. What does Khati mean? It's Nsati in Xitsonga. Nsati. Nsati. I will share, Lona. Don't worry. Khanaba is to roast to Kyanaba. Owa or Owa, it's an ox. Now, this word here, Owa, I already explained it. It means big. It means something big, something that is forceful. Something is forceful. Thank you, Blue Moon. Thank you. Owa, big or forceful. Yabo. Umdlovu. You know, umdlovu is not indlovu. It's umdlovu, like an ox of a specific shade, pattern of a color. Hani. You guys know Chris Hani, ne? This is his surname. It's a bird called the cuckoo. We call it inqanqadi. Ihani. By the way, Chris Hani was a Kwe from the Gunuqwa people. Chris Hani. He was Gunuqweb. Wani. Chonyani. This is his surname. You can look for it. You will never find it. They'll say, no, it meant Hans. It's from Hans. It's from Jan. No, it's not Jan. It literally is an indigenous word, which means a cuckoo, a bird. Like Siakoli's, his clan name is Gria, which is a bird as well. Uchungwa. Uchungwa is there in the comment section, confirming that Wan is also his clan name. Chonyane, yes. Chungwa itself being an indigenous name. Hey, my dad. You see, Guju is a cup. It's a god. Guju also is Iguzu. Iguzu, guys, Iselwa. It's also called Iguzu. I remember the Amampondo that I used to live with from Libode, they use Iguzu for a cup or a god, Iselwa. But Iguzu libomvu. Liselwa elo. This is a Bushman dictionary. Why do they have the same words? Same nose, same hair, same eye color. Fortunately, it's not green. And their hair doesn't blow in wind. I was just saying, guys, the hair of our ancestors doesn't blow in wind. It's the truth. Hey, I love it. Let's read here. Let's read just a little bit here. A little distance to the eastward, and some kraals belong to the tribe of Hottentots called Gunuqwa. Gunuqwa. They used to write them as Khonakwas. It's Gunuqwa. The brother Chungwa that is here in the comments, this is his people, Gunuqwa. This is a little distance to the eastward, and are some kraals belonging to the tribe of Hottentots called Gunuqwas. These people are much darker in their complexion and better shaped than any of the other tribes I had before seen. Whether this difference, blah, 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 blah. But these are Gunukwas. And how do they look? They are much darker in their complexion. This is written in 1686. This thing. 1686. Guys, do you understand? We are not guessing here. We are not playing a guessing game here. We are telling history. 1686, this was written about the Qunukwa people. Who are the Qunukwa? These are the ancestors of Miriam Makeba. These are the ancestors of Chris Hani. And yes, they did not have green eyes. And yes, they did not have wind that blows. Malale Kringen. I wonder who's mimicking me now. I wonder. They like to mimic Kebon. You must go there and ask them questions. Don't play. You must ask them questions. So you'll find that a lot of these names are used in very, very, very serious situations, or in like in secret ceremonies. Look at this. Ahe. Daughter. Ahe. Now, you should know what ka means. Ka means a fellow. Uka. Uka wam. Think about it in the sense that ka also means a shoulder. Ka also means a shoulder, which means someone of the same age group, same height, same age group, untanga. And therefore, someone in the kulanai, someone I grow up with. That's what it means. So if it's a man, we can say sub. Sub is the masculine, or from uyise, the father. Kache is a sister, a woman. The he here gives you that possessive, my sister, my daughter. Kache or kasab, it's a man. Kawam. This is Kane, the extinct language of the Bushmen of the Eastern Cape. But it's not so extinct, is it? Because it's there in isiXhosa, it's important, it's Tembu. It's literally there. Now, this is Cha, which means eland. Sa, Kane. In Kane, they have an eland called Cha. Now, sometimes it's called Che or Cha. Now, guys, my ancestors are the people of the eland, by the way. My totem right now is the baboon. But before the baboon, we used to use the eland as a totem. So this is Cha or Ta or Tan. That's why we call ourselves Tanzi. Tanzi people. Tsi is just a diminutive or a suffix that means people. Like Kora people, they are called Korana. So Tina, we are Tanzi people or Chanzi people. So you find that in old records, our totem is Chedza or Tedza or Tanzi. This Cha here is just a cognate of the word Che, which means an eland. That's why in KZN you have that river known as Chezi. You have people known as Ama Chezi. This means eland people or eland bushmen. Abakwa Chase. That's what this means. Now, let me read this for you. This is a Ganga sentence. Thank you, Observer. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is a sentence in the language called Ganga. Now, I'm telling you, you're not going to find this anywhere. You're not going to find it from the First Nation wannabes. You're not going to find it from any of these so-called secret society teachers who are lying to people being paid by Rob Herzog. You're not going to find it from this green-eyed, blowing, windy hair, Caucasoid descendant, West African descendant people. This is indigenous knowledge. See. Akuke. si-axuxe, singamaxuxe. It's the same. Tswana and Nguni, same thing, because Tswana and Nguni are literally the same thing. We've been saying it to people, but they don't want to see it. Si-axuxe, we axuxe, not Bushmen. They should remove this nonsense of Bushmen here. This word xuxe doesn't mean Bushmen. It means xuxe. Xuxe is the name of the clan. The Basotho bari xuxe. These people, a lot of them today are probably some Sotho or Tswana clan now. Because you find them in places like Free State, these people. Si-axuxe. Si is us. Si ngamaxuxe. But let's read this one. Let's read this one just here at the bottom. There's another one there at the bottom. Ish, where is it now? I lost it. Oh, it's here. Sisicam. Sisicam. Sisicam or sisibini. Sisibini or sibabini. Sisi or siba. Same thing. Sisi or siba. Same thing, because the S is just a feminine noun suffix. When a language is dominated by masculine noun suffix, it's gonna be siba. Sibacam or sibangam, which means we are next to each other, which means we are two. Ngam or am means next to each other, means two. Side by side. Let me move. Owa is water. In isiXhosa we have this as ula, which is a water fountain. Iqula lamanzi. Iqula lamanzi. We still have this word as iqula. Now I'm gonna see if let's do this one. In isiXhosa we have a word there called ngwai. Ngwai means a high-ranking person. But ngwai also means a queer person. Koi, meaning man of man, was a more generic term used by some Southeast Africans to describe themselves. An intriguing fact about the name Koi is that in isiXhosa, the word ngwai means a great person, an outstanding figure. So the so-called Koi is actually ngwai. It's an intriguing fact about the Koi is that in isiXhosa, it's ngwai, meaning a great person, an outstanding figure. Yava? It's highly probable that the appellation in Ngwai may have referred to a broader and different group from what was just suggested by early European writers. Although there is evidence that the colonists had heard of a people sometimes referred to as Khobona or Magosi, which is Maxhosa, or Hosa, which is Xhosa. They ignored such appellations. Instead, they referred to the people who called themselves Amaxhosa as Kafirs. But they were called Khobona, Maxhosi, or Xhosa. But when they referred to them as Kafirs. The Stavanese survivors had written about African groups along the southeast in the 1680s, by the way, providing their names. So this book actually, this thesis, it attempts to revisit the foundational misinformation that the Europeans propagated. Because there's foundation on top of the misinformation that we have today. It's based on a foundation. And that foundation is that they deliberately chose to lie about our people. Europeans deliberately, they knew what they were doing. Just like the people who say when they have green hair, they know what they were doing. But tell you what, this is Oliver Tambo. And no, he's not from Congo. This is Oliver Tambo. He's from amanci, a queer group. You thought he was from Congo? He's from amanci, a queer group. This is Steve Biko. He's not from Congo. He's from Okamela, Amagcina, the twin nation. Remember, I was explaining just now, Kham, Ngam, Ngamalala, mean two, side by side. So this one from Khamera means the twin nation, the nation of the twins. It doesn't mean to keep or last. It literally means a twin. Go to Qora, you'll see. Ina means twins. Or Hora, Khamera. All three words mean twins. Hora is the same as Wele. And Khamera means twins. In fact, in isiXhosa, amagcina were not even considered a nation. They were considered umfunda, which means those who don't bow down to the kings, which is a very clear Bushman thing. Just like amagqunukhwebe. Amagqunukhwebe, it's only much later that they were conquered, not even conquered, like incorporated. Amagqunukhwebe have always been independent. It's just that those who write books want to write according to their own agendas. They don't want to write in truth. They don't like to write in truth. This is Steve Biko. Ukhamela, uncancashe, uyelushe, ugadluma, unokwindla, utyhopho, umalamba yendle. Yeah, no, we don't have beard, shame. Most of us don't have beard. How can you have beard, Baba? The son, we are Bushmen. Look at this one. Umadibomde, udlomo, uyemyem, ungqolomsila, uvela bambhensele. Udalpunga. Oh, fafolude madoda. Angumthwa. Don't tell me about no West Africa. In fact, I'm gonna take it a step further. Umama wini, umlungwana lo, Mangutyana. The clan name literally tells you Uri, they are being called abalungwana. It's just a nickname. It's a nickname to say little bur. We've been saying it because they are light-skinned. Some of us are light-skinned, some of us are dark-skinned. The light-skinned ones, we call them amabul, abalungu. This kind of beauty. You think this is West African? Come on now. I'm not saying anything against West Africans, guys. The ladies are very handsome. They are our brothers. Oh, what did I say? Oh, no, I withdraw. Hey, you beardless South African man. Akona Nigeria. Akona Nigeria. Akona Nigeria. Where are the South African females? Guys, you must tell these women to join the live. They need to be conscientized because they are so delusional, our women. They are deluded. We need them to be conscientized. They are delusional South African women. Come here. You, my sisters, you need to be cleansed. You are the weak point right now. And our men as well. Hey, Nina ni better bafazi, man. You are beating women, guys. You need to stop it. Akona manajeri, kona manajeri. Hey, akona manageria. Oh, observer. You are working, Shem. You are working overtime. Someday I will talk about the observers of our reality. But I don't think people are ready yet. I think we'll be left with 3 people in the live. Talpunga. Astrid, you can say something because I'm going to continue now. Before I continue, I'll let you
Hello.
speak. Talk to the people.
How are you doing?
Yeah,
Actually, I can collaborate with what you're saying. I was on different panels and different lives, and I said that the tribes that you find in South Africa, there are the tribes that have always been there. Me, for example, my mom is Sarwa,
Ah,
but
nice.
ke Mosotho. And if you can take a look at my features and my mother's features, it shows that she is within the soil.
Mm.
Yes, ke Mosotho, but then she has features tsa Khoi. And I've never understood that when people try to wipe out the fact that we have people that the tribes that were here, they try and wipe out the tribes that have been here
Yes.
since. So the Mandela tribes and the Winnie tribes are bathong the features ba bontsha hore ke batho ba eleng hore they are from here.
Yep.
They are the people of the soil. So
Yep.
yeah,
Thank you. And I'm very deliberate,
that's what
ne?
I just wanted to say.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And I'm deliberate because people tend to obsess over skin shade, like dark or light. That those things are not important. There's things that you want to look at. Ne? I showed here earlier AbaThwa who are very dark actually on purpose. I show them on purpose because I know how people tend to forget that it's not always light skinned. There are many that are light skinned, but there are many that are dark. You see this lady here. She's a very good example. I don't know these makeups they are always putting on and these hairs. Marake, that's not the point. You see this lady here. She's a very good example of South African phenotype in a dark skinned person. Yabo. She's a very good example. Very high cheekbones, epicanthic eye folds, that nose your corner. That's a South African look right there. That's South African look. In fact, when they're younger, people look like this. You cannot differentiate them from boys when they're younger. Yeah, but they've got that nice light, lightweight South African look. South Africans are not heavy on the eye. South Africans are basindi. You understand? South Africans are pleasant to look at. They are fair in the true meaning of the word fair, not in the false one, which means light skinned. Fair doesn't mean light skinned. Fair means good to look at. You see, I was looking for a picture. Oh, South Africans are not like this. They are not like this. Wautlo. No, we are not like Agbagbo. So yeah, I thought maybe I should also point that out. I'm just kidding, but it's very important, that people understand. We do come in a bit of a diverse appearance, but there's general features that define who we are. But let's continue. Yeah, even with Desmond Tutu, guys, even with Desmond Tutu did his DNA sequencing. He published it publicly. Well, publish and public mean the same thing. He published it, which means he made it public. Ebengumntwana womthwa from the clan of uMaduna uGubevu. Yabo. uMaduna uGubevu. And it is true, future South African kids are gonna look something close to that Igbo head, Future South African kids, they're gonna look something close to that Igbo head. You're not gonna see people who look like me anymore, or like my sisters, or like my father. You see, these are my nephews. These are my nephews, both of them. You're not gonna see kids look like this if our sisters continue. If our sisters continue, they're not gonna make babies like this. It's just gonna be my family only. It's all right. We'll claim the right to lead you guys. If they continue, see this one. This is a Sarki Bartman Seura. You're not gonna see people who look like this now. Who look like us. It's like we are an extinct species in our own land. And this is not a message of hate or anything. See, this is me back in varsity. I was still in university here. Look at that face. Ne? Tell me, do you see an Igbo face there? No, just look at the features, nothing else. Look at the eye fold. It's one eye fold. Epicanthic. It's folded on top of the other one. That's me right there. Okay, the hair. I've combed the hair. It looks very nice and clean. Very demure. But that's the blood. That's the blood of Southern Africa right there. That's the blood of Southern Africa. And it's just a matter of being loyal to that, to understand that bloodline does actually affect behavior. Bloodline does affect behavior. If our sisters do not have the decency to see the behavior of these people, if our sisters do not have the decency to see the behavior of these people, unfortunately, we have a very dark future ahead of us. You see, this is me right here. Now, I'm putting this picture so that you can see my facial structure. You can see my facial structure. Look at my cheekbones right there. Look at my eyes right there. Now, that's Sandile before I gained all the weight from the burgers. Yeah, bon. That's Sandile right there. Look at the forehead. If I turn on the side, you'll see the structure of the head. It's intact. I've got the forehead, which we call ikancho. I've got the pickaxe at the back, which we call inqensu. Yabo. I've got the cheekbones, which we call izandundu. And then I've got the eyes. And this is a watered down version of my father's eyes. And his eye, watered down version of his mother, my grandmother. Yo, if you'd see my grandmother, you'd be blown away. Yeah, boy.
And can
This
I
is a
just
South
say
African
something?
appearance. Yeah.
Yeah, can I just say something? I think people just don't understand safeguarding our heritage, our features, and whatnot. I think people don't understand the importance of that.
They don't, of course.
And whenever we say some things like, no, we need to safeguard our people, our heritage, our pride, they always assume that we are jealous or this and this. Like,
Absolutely. And tell you what, ne? I know who's behind all of this. Ne? I know. I know who's tired of being told that you stole our land.
yeah,
I know exactly who's tired. You see, when our people start to look like this, when they start to say, this is our land, you know what Van Amer was gonna say? I look at you, you're West African, Moswan. How can this be your land? You're West African. That's what Van Amer was gonna say. This land doesn't belong. This land belongs to the Bushmen. But they know they wiped out the Bushmen by forcing mixture. It's forced because we didn't ask for it. They are forcing it on us. So they will just use that. So in a few years' time, there won't be any legitimate South Africans in significant numbers in influential positions. People who look truly South African are going to be, the numbers are going to dwindle. And when the numbers dwindle, influential positions are going to be strategically given to people who have no interest to preserve South Africa. And they're just here in a purely extractive manner. See, that's my bloodline right there. Pure South African. They are not interested in anything but South Africa, these ones. They're not interested in anything. So how it starts is that they start by placing certain people in parliament. You see, you have the Chirwas in parliament, you've got Chikungas in parliament, and then you go to universities. You've got Professor Adekeye Adebajo, you've got Professor Murairiwa, you've got Professor Dikekedzi and Mazadzia. I'm like, Haibu, why is there Matazia? Couldn't you get Uhlachwayo at least? Couldn't you get Mukwena? Someone that I can at least identify with, because this is the future of South Africa. So you find that universities are all like literally filled with people who have no interest in preserving the South Africa in and of itself. And then you've got these government organizations, which are really just, CIA and Mossad operations within the country. Hey, let me close my mouth. They will ban me again. But yeah, these NGOs, they're here for an agenda. But let's continue. Let's continue before I sleep. I don't have much time.
Can I
See,
just say something?
yeah.
I agree with you. You find that Ohlatshwayo, Bobengu, Bomtimkulu, they are all learned people, but then they will never get these positions. And whenever South Africans they complain or they don't get these positions, then we are seen as jealous or we're not working enough or we're
Lazy.
lazy.
Yeah.
Ntontoni. But then if you take a look, Black South Africans, they are doing their best. They are doing more. They are achieving more. So, yeah, bora the thing hore
Yep.
batho ba hore bona ba thola these positions mara o na le motho mkhulu a dutseng ko ntlong, o na le Hlatshwayo a dutseng ko ntlong, o na le mang a dutseng ko ntlong, Mokoena a dutseng ko ntlong. Like, it's just an irritating thing. Yeah, bora.
That's true. Hi, Gunjal. They always gaslight South Africans, man, in everything. They always gaslight. Now, when I was young, my father used to wake up at 4 and go to work to build a country that he never really gets to enjoy fully. So, it's a war, guys. If our people don't realize, then we are the dumb ones. But I'm doing a bit. I'm doing my bit. But let's continue. You see here, this is a word he. This is a word he. It means the open country. He, it means the open country. Sometimes it's hai. Now, in isiXhosa, uhai is something that's empty, that's open. Uhai, iluhai. Thank you, guys. Iluhai lento, it's open, it's empty. But he also means a tree, like a plant, which sometimes is called tree or umuti, tea. And then, yeah, it's a plant, it's an open country, it's the field. He, a plant. Now, cho means a person. Cho means a person like mutu or mutu. I know in Siputi sometimes they use mutu or mutu for a person. So now you have he for an open country or hai. We have cho for a person. It's haicho or hicho. It's a person of open country. Okay, thank you, Astrid. And then we have he chware. He cho singular. He chware plural. What is he chware? He chware means the people of the field. It literally means the people of the field, the people of the trees. Abantu behlathi. This is where you get the name also for some of the groups that are in Botswana and Zimbabwe. Hichware or Hichwawukwe. People ask meanings of things like chawe. So if you check here, Hichwawe, Kwiwo. Kwiwo is a tongue, a language. When I say Kwinkia or Kwinkio, it means the language of the Kwi people. Kwi means people. So Kwinkio means Kwi language. Yicho Kwiyo. Let's move. Let's see. This is the people known as Mchunu people. Abakwa Mchunu, like Senzo Mchunu. This is their clan name. Chulu. It's chulu in Kwi. It's a quiver or a bag. A quiver of spears. Where you put the spears. Chulu or chunu. The group that left with Ngumayo, Soshangan, that went to Mozambique, they still pronounce it this way. They say Chulu. They say Chulu instead of Mchunu. But Chulu or Mchulu, which is a quiver. a bag. This is the language called Gangre. This is a Gangre Bushman language, but this is the meaning of the name Umchunu. It's a quiver to store spears. This is why the people of Kwamchunu, when they say their clan names, but inyanda yemikhonto, a bundle of spears, which is put inside Umchulu. So I don't know what more they need. I really don't understand what people need, because it's not there. The more that our people need is not there. The last word I'm going to look at is this word, Kau, which means a youth, a young man. Likau. If you speak Siswana, you know Likau means a young man, a fresh young man. In isiXhosa, you take this, you put a B here, it gives you Gaub. Gaub, Ikaba, also a young man. So now, what does this mean? That's a good question. Does this mean that abantu bakwamchunu are part of amaganga? No, it doesn't mean that. It means that abantu bakwamchunu and abantu bangamaganga are related. What I'm trying to achieve with some of the videos is to just show our people that the point of reference to understand us is not outside of us. It's just next to us and within us. To understand South African indigenous cultures, you need to look at other South African indigenous cultures. If you understand abantu bakwamchunu, you can't tell me they come from Tanganyika. No. It's not Tanganyika, it's just here. You never understand the word Mchunu if you go to Tanganyika. Soze. You never understand the word Xulu and Tlabash if you go to Tanganyika. You never understand the word Chawe. Huh? You need to start here. That's what I'm trying to get our people to see. They cannot be misled and programmed with delusion by these propagandists that no, West Africa. It's not West Africa. It's not. The truth about our people is here in Southern Africa, and that's not gonna change. The truth about our people is here in Southern Africa. It's always been here in Southern Africa. It will always be in here in Southern Africa. I'm gonna stop there for today. There's still so much more to do. So much more to do. But we wouldn't sleep. And we must sleep because we need to be in a good mind, fresh mind. Yeah, we must sleep, we must rest. But I'm gonna put just one more word, an interesting one. This word here. Do. Remember the previous one I put was Kau, which means a young man, Likau. I'm gonna put Do now. What is Do? A man, a husband, a male. Do. This is the root for Doda. It goes with Da as well. This is the root for Doda. In fact, this word, its root, it means to cut. That's all I'm gonna say. The root for man is a word that means to cut. That's all I'm gonna say. My people, the next time we talk, I will explore some more of this. By the way, this place, it says we directed our course eastward to the Bushman's River. This is not Bushman's River. This is Kocha. And at noon, I visited a kraal belonging to a Hottentot captain called Derater. This is not Derater. This is Kabi. Kabi, the leader of Amaqunukwebe. Rater. It is said that he used to lead Amagikwa. His name was Nkohla, but they called him Derater. Qabi means the raider because Qabi means to ride on top. Ukuqabela. He was a leader of Amagikwa, this man. In fact, the first picture that I put there when I started this live was a picture of Raider. It was a picture of Raider. On the left here is Raider. The one on the left, the one who's standing, that's Raider right there. And then on the right here, the one who's carrying a stick, that's his grandson. On the left was 1770. On the right was in the mid 1800s or early 1800s. So these are some of my ancestors because on my mother's side, I do have the blood of Makiko. We'll explore that further on my next live. Thank you guys. I'm signing out. Usandile wakwamadzikani, usandile kathukani, uhlatha ujambasa ucanza usandlandla. Usandlala nca. Urhwala emgodleni, upheka iphemphem ngenxawana, upheka iqhakubha ngenxawana, ugeqa amatshe. Ndingumntu wakulo mayikane wakulo vimbisa wakulo geqa amatshe. Ndingumntu wakwahlathi. Usanzanze sanzunza kwathi gqi umntu. Umalilelwa zintombi zithi mfo khawundizeke. Camagu, thank you my people.